Hey, what's up guys? Britt Johnson here. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow me on all social media at I am Britt Johnson. Before you do anything else, today's topic is going to get a little intense. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but I've given you guys a few days, so I was trying not to be a spoiler alert for people, but if you haven't, maybe you should cut this video off really quick and watch the Aaron Hernandez Uncovered and then come click back on it, okay? For all of the rest of you who have seen it already, let's talk about this baby. Now, first of all, Aaron Hernandez, when he was playing, he was my favorite. I actually had a huge crush on him as well. I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be my future husband. He's so fine, blah, blah, blah. You know, young girls like bad boys with tattoos, right? Whatever. I had a crush on Aaron Hernandez. And then it comes out, whatever, he gets arrested for killing Odin Lloyd and all this kind of stuff. And it was like, my heart was just broken, right? I was like, I can't believe the guy that I picked that I think is so fine is a killer, right? He's a killer, whatever. But I've always said from the beginning, once I've heard kind of stuff about him and knew people that knew him, that he was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, like hot and cold guy. So I always said, oh my gosh, this dude totally has CTE, right? So obviously we all know after he killed himself recently, or a year ago now, it came out that he did have CTE, and he had one of the most severe cases of CTE of anybody his age, probably the worst of anybody his age. So he was mentally pretty effed up, really bad. Now, I don't say that this is an excuse, because nothing is an excuse, but when you have a mental illness like that, that affects your mood swings and your behavior and, you know, just your overall personality of what kind of person you normally are, yeah, it's partly, I honestly am gonna say this right here, right now. It's partly the NFL's fault. I said it. The NFL should be held somewhat responsible for the death of Odin Lloyd and any other individuals that were killed by players that have CTE, because prior to a certain point in time, players did not know about CTE. They didn't know about their, concussions and how bad they could be and all of that kind of stuff. And I've always been big too. It's not just the NFL. Most of these players, obviously Aaron Hernandez being one of them, clearly had CTE prior to getting to the pro level. They got it probably in high school or college when they were dealing with coaches that maybe didn't know how to properly tell them to tackle, or didn't know how to read concussions well, or whatever the case is. So I'm not just blaming the NFL on this. I just want to put that out there right there. But in saying the CTE stuff, yada yada, that his lawyers on that first case were absolutely trash, because number one, if they already knew he was at the scene, they totally should have said, maybe we'll just use it as somebody else that shot him. Because honestly, when you really break it down, how could they have said without a reasonable doubt that Aaron Hernandez was the one that shot the gun? They don't have any eyewitnesses except for the people that were there, and nobody was talking. So out of those three guys, you're telling me you know for a fact that Aaron Hernandez was the one that shot and killed Odin Lloyd? They don't know that. So for them to find him guilty when they have no idea who actually was the one who shot the gun, to me was the most insane thing. That alone, he should have got off for. Honestly, I believe if he would have stayed alive and did the appeal, that he probably, with that new lawyer, Jose Baez, he would have won that case. That's insane. It's insane. Next point I wanted to talk about was the reason why he killed himself in the first place. Now, all of you guys have seen the documentary that is watching this, correct? Yes. Okay. So there was that point when that reporter lady, that investigative reporter, the blonde lady with the short hair, did not like her. I did not vibe with her very well. Anyways, at the end, she goes on the radio station with those guys from WEEI, and they basically disgusted the crap out of me, because like, it's one thing to just whatever, I'm breaking news that I found out that Aaron Hernandez is gay, whatever. They literally were making fun of him and mocking him, and at this point, this is not about Aaron Hernandez being gay anymore. It's about the reason why NFL players don't come out in general about being gay, because then people like those three individuals are going to make fun of them on the radio and talk crap about them. Like, you guys literally disgusted me. Like, I can't even believe any of you guys still have jobs after you guys just went off and were making fun of him, calling him, ooh, not a tight end anymore, he's a wide receiver, and yada, yada. Like, what grade are you guys in? Like, stop with the bullying. That was disgusting, whatever. And honestly, like, that is what led to, I think, Aaron Hernandez killing himself, because that aired, and then when he found out, that night was when he killed himself. So yeah, it's your guys' fault, and it was sad that they said they didn't feel bad about it at all. But even if you don't feel bad about whatever Aaron Hernandez, because you guys say he's a killer and whatever the case is, it's not even about that anymore. Like I said, it's about the other NFL players, or the other players who probably want to come out and want to stop living in hiding, but because of people like you guys, they're scared to do so. So like, I wish I cussed, but whatever, big F you. That's my F you to you guys, because I think you guys are disgusting people for that, and all of you guys should not have jobs right now. I'll take your job. And thirdly, yeah, like, this whole story was insane. So like, the gay thing, the fact that his fiance and his lawyers and that ex-girlfriend he had, like, all came out and said that he actually was gay, like, who knew? Like, Britt Johnson knows how to pick them, right? Like, I clearly like guys that kill people and are gay. Like, that's kind of insane that I picked that guy when I was younger to be my crush, right? But I think it's so crazy. I had no idea. Like, I assumed he might be prison gay, because when you're in prison, I just feel like at a point, like, you're in prison for life, no parole, like, you have to have sex, right? But to find out that he was like actually gay, and like all the stuff that he must have been going through on top of having CTE, like, what a like traumatic story, and so sad. And I hope no other player ever has to go through that ever, because clearly it like tormented him and it led him to harm other people, which we don't want to happen anymore. So okay, I know I talked your guys' head off, but this documentary was so good. It was so good. It like literally gives me chills right now. So anyways, I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on social media at I am Britt Johnson. See you next time.